Joyful day, beautiful beings. It is mine truly, yours maybe, Sierra M. Clark. Welcome to Sierra Speaks. Thank you for joining us today. Let's just get right into it, right? So it is the most wonderful time of the year, right? It's a whole new year, it's a whole new time, it's a new season, it's a new day, it's a new moment, it's a new second, because that last second just gone. It's gone. It's gone. And just like that, you can start anew. Yeah, so as we were winding down 23, I was trying to help us because in helping you, I help myself. That is the coolest thing about what I do. I'm so intentional about putting myself in other people's shoes that when I'm speaking to me. And so it's great. It's a great place to be. And so nevertheless, as we were winding down 2023 and we were getting in forward motion for 2024, and many that looked different for many of us, right? Many of us was probably freaking out because we don't know what's going to happen in 2024. Some of us can overthink. It's just, the wheels on the bus go round and round. There's so many things that you could have found reasons to have anxiety about, reasons for your depression to kick in, reasons for you not even want to do it, right? And so I was talking to us about our intentions, and my birthday was in October. And so I was giving my intentions. So I was giving my intentions to be intentional. So I was allowing myself the opportunity to allow my intentions to be intentional. And so that was the forward motion, that was the energy, that was the vibe from October henceforward. And so now that we've crossed over or we entered into a new year per se, the Gregorian calendar, right? And so now I want to give your intentions that had to find intentions, because for some of you who are new to this space, welcome. So, welcome, but also let me just catch you up real quick. So, I realized in when my birthday was coming, my solar return, I intentionally just check myself, right? Because I intentionally don't want to keep repeating the same old thing. Listen, I know, right? Because nobody told me either. I just had found this out maybe like 3 years ago that you can change the narrative, that you can be intentional about what it is that you say you want to do and the life that you say you want to live. Yeah. But the thing is that I realized that in starting to be intentional, that I was still procrastinating, that I was still finding reasons to not show up for myself like I show up for others. Listen, it ain't like that I just don't do nothing, but I know how to do for other people for some reason, or I make more excited to show up for other people than I'm usually am about myself. And so in my intentions, I often procrastinate or I often just put it off or whatever these things is. I realized that I was getting in my own way. Let me say that again. I was getting in my own way. Don't be like me. Don't be like me and get in your own way. Don't be like me. I'm telling you, don't be like me. Get out of your own way. Do unto yourself as you have done unto others. I'm convinced you can do it because I know that you can. Because guess what? You did it for everybody else. You showed up for them, him, her, she, him, we, they, and all of them. And yet you still sleep on you. Make that make sense. Somebody, please help me. Continue to help me. Yeah, and that's why I'm here. This is why we're now live doing Sierra Unconventionally Speaks, because I realize that I play a part in helping myself. Like, it is not just God's job to just do the thing. It is not just God's job to part the Red Sea and work it out for you. And 9 times, 10 times out of 10, you probably gonna go back to the thing anyways. So this is why I really feel like that sometimes God want to see what it is that you really want to do. And so in that, I needed to give my intentions some intentions. So that's how we got to being intentional. I want to be intentional. Yeah, so let me set a disclaimer real quick. Disclaimer. So, disclaimer, This channel is not really for your entertainment. You might laugh, we might cry, we might do a few things here, but I'm not here to entertain you because I realize that life don't play fair. And I ain't got time to entertain you, right? I don't have time to entertain you. I want us to be better than we was the second before. Why? Because you can. Why? Because you can. Period. Could you cry about it? Yeah. Could you mope about it? Yes. But if you honest, how long have you done that? If you honest, how many years have you spent crying, complaining, moping, waiting on somebody else? We're not doing that this year. We're not doing that this second. We're not doing that in this hour. And we ain't doing that in today. No, we're not doing that. And why? Because you don't have to. Because you don't have to. And don't. And that's what I realized. I am no longer allowing myself to be a victim of the ordinariness. That's the thing. We got all the things to do this, to do that, create this, be this, da 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 da. Round and round we go, right? Yet life doesn't slow down. Yet you aren't really taught, we aren't really taught what it is to superlatively be ourselves, what it is to unapologetically just be you. Don't you know that that is the most powerful thing that you could do? That is the most powerful opportunity that you can give yourself, is allowing yourself to superlatively just be you. Now, many of you might not know what that is, and let me help you, because this is the educational spot, right? I'm here to educate us. I'm here to water us so we can continue to grow and be our best, most magical selves in everyday life, in everyday happenstance, from everyday experience, even with all the trials and the tribulations, because they will come. You will have trials, you will have tribulations, but even in that, you are your superlative self. Superlative, it means to your highest degree, to your highest form. It's also an expression of praise. And so when I said earlier, it's not just God's job to make it work for you. You have the power. You are the power. You are the power. You are the power that is greater than anything in this world. You are. You are. And again, we aren't often taught this great thing about ourselves. So I'm here to not only talk to you about this great thing about you that often sometimes we we'll identify with some other thing and we'll forget this one magical thing about ourselves that is you. It's you at the end of the day, in the bottom of the day, in between the day, on top of the day, over the day, under the day, easy egg day, whatever you want to say, green eggs and ham, it's still you. It don't change. Can you everywhere, on the plane, on the car, in the boat, down under, heartbreak, grief, having to bury the person you love, it's still you. And so the knowledge of who you are will water everything else about you. So yeah, so let's get those intentions a reason, right? Because let me have a reason to have an attitude. Give me a reason to just want to pop off on somebody. Let's give those intentions a reason to be intentional. Let's give those intentions a reason to help us live the life of our desires, right? Let's help ourselves and not just be waiting on God or waiting on somebody else because you did this for them and you waiting on them to do that for you. I'm almost guaranteed that in this new season, in this new time, in this new space, that the only person that you're waiting on is you. I'm almost convinced the only person that you're waiting on is you. And listen, I wrote a whole book about it. Look, I wrote a whole book about it because literally that's what happened. I had to take Sierra out of Sierra so Sierra can get in Sierra. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready because the world got us so looking for half-baked solutions and ready to point the finger and blame everybody else for how our life is, and we ain't really ready to find ourselves. We ain't really ready to see that you my dear sister, you my dear brother, you my dear individual superlative being are the common denominator. You are the common denominator to everything you want, everything you need to let go, and all that your heart desire. It's you. it's you. On top of the mountain, it's you. In the valley, it's you. In the middle of all of that and around all of that, guess what? It's still you. And how you see yourself determines how you gonna feel about that situation, right? If you feel like you all beat up and busted and disgusted, then that's how you gonna show up. But if you know that even in the middle, even in the middle of the storm, that you can learn to dance in the rain. Yeah, even at the bottom of the valley, that you still your best self. Yeah, because it's you. Find you and experience the joy. Can't nobody else be like you. You are intentionally. And then scripture says, fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't allow your fears to keep pump faking you. And that's what I meant by don't be like me and be a victim to the ordinariness. Don't be a victim to this flesh. Because guess what? When you do something, it's going to hurt. It's going to scream, whatever. But you are a spiritual being here in this flesh that we identify so much with. You are a spiritual being here in this flesh, on this earth, in this planet, in your neighborhood, in your job. You are a spiritual being first, and then you are human second. And if you can just grasp that concept, if you can grasp and understand that you were a spiritual being long before you became human, then you might see life a little different. Then life might yield you a better harvest because you now know that you are here for an experience. And all those things that came and gone and some of the stuff that you wanted to hold on to and not let go, it is all here to magnify your experience. It's all here to enhance your time and your moment here on this earth, because guess what? It's but a vapor and it'll be gone in a moment. So if you are ready to give your intentions a reason to fight for you, right? To show up for you. Listen, there was times I, I forfeited so many things. And if you're ready for your intentions to show up for you, if you're ready for your heart desire to be a reality, then this unconventional space is for you. This isn't cookie cutter. This is not about cookie cutter. We don't do cookie cutter here. We do unconventional because we realize that we are the power. We are the power. And so I can use all things to work together for my good. So listen, you might hear me singing. I'm going to remix a song. I'm going to use that thing that made me cry because I'm allow it to water something that's that's been thirsty on the inside of my soul and it might need watering, right? I'm allow those pieces to be able to be picked back up so I can see the beauty of who I am even in those pieces, right? Because those are still pieces of me. And how you see the pieces is how you view the beauty. And beauty has been said that it is in the eye of the beholder. And these are your eyes. And it says that our eyes actually look inwardly, not outward. So, what you see outward that you have considered as your life is really a reflection from what's on the inside. Oh, that's a whole nother time. I told y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. But guess what? I am. I'm ready. I am so ready to live a new experience. I can't keep repeating the same one. You can't tell me that this is crying and moping and hating you because your skin color different, judging you because your house bigger and all that. Can't you see that even it's been said that you can't judge a book by its cover? And yet the world got us judging people by what they look on the outside when this just dirt, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It goes back to the dirt. The treasure is within you. And the moment you find you, you will experience the joy. Your knowledge of self will saturate your respect of self. And if you allow that, it will bloom into a love of self. And you will never, 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 never want to be the old version of yourself again. Stay tuned. This is more, this was just the introduction of what is to come for 2024, or what is to come from the next second, from the next moment. Because don't you see that seconds adds up to minutes, and then minutes adds up to hours, and then hours adds up to days, and days adds up to weeks, then weeks adds up to years, and then it just keeps going. Life is evolving, life is always moving. So get yourself in motion. Give those intentions a reason to show up for you. There's a chapter in this book, and it's called Sierra to the Rescue. I dare you to rescue yourself. I dare you to become the superhero. I dare you to know that the next situation and the next thing, that you show up for you in ways that you've never showed up for yourself before. I was looking for it because there's a title inside here that says Sierra to the rescue. Um, and I can't find it, so I can show you. But yeah, I realized that it was time for me to save myself. I realized that wasn't nobody coming to save the day. And if you're waiting, then you're gonna be left waiting. Join me every second and fourth Wednesday at 5. We here. Like, I'm here. I'm looking forward to growing and learning and evolving with you, right? Because I don't want to stay the same. I don't want to stay the same. And I hope you are ready not to be the same either. Because a better you equals a better me. Thank you for joining me on live on IG. I am currently here at the Museum of Motherhood, although you will see my background and my spaces are not going to always be the same. They are going to be a space where I could just talk and converse with you. And so, if this is a moment that you are looking to indulge in, if you're looking to grow and to get out of your own way, right? Listen, I'm telling you, I was in my own way. Don't be like me. Don't be a victim to the ordinariness. Don't be a victim to this flesh, because scripture said crap was going to happen. But my Which Way Is Up collection is an out loud example of what you can do, and you can just keep blooming. Farmers and harvesters use manure. Do you know what manure is? Do I need to spell it out for you? So when you feel like life manured on you, use that and keep growing, keep blooming, keep evolving. And that's the message. I'll see y'all next week. Have a great day. Thank you.